Hello, sixth grade. Today we're going to begin a new unit of study, and we're going to continue working with this unit for the rest of the school year. And it all revolves around data. Now, data is information and how you use information, how you process it, how you analyze it, how you learn from it, and make decisions based on numbers. And anyone who knows me knows I love data. I think data very clearly will tell a story if you dig into it and really think about it. I heard a very famous mathematician speak just a couple of months ago. She's a professor at Stanford University, and she was talking about how jobs in the future are going to be really focused around the use of and analyzing of data. So it's really cool that in sixth grade we get to spend a lot of time on it, and some of you I think are really going to enjoy this. So here we go. So the first bit of information we're going to learn revolves around measures of center. Now our book calls it measures of center. Other resources will call it measures of central tendency, but it means the same thing. So in your journals, I'm going to show you a couple of word clues, and we're going to learn more about these terms, but they're presented in a way to kind of give you an indication of what they are and what they mean. Now, some of these words have meanings outside of math, and then they have their math meaning. So this first one is an example of that. The word mean, M-E-A-N, that's a word that you hear all the time, right? But in math, mean has to do with average, and which average is a word you probably have heard. This word clue kind of shows you that the way that we find average is take the sum of a bunch of values and then divide them. And we're dividing them by the number of values. So this clue shows you mean broken up by letters, and there happen to be 4 letters, and so that's why we're dividing by 4. We'll get into that more in a moment. That is called, mean is one of the measures of central tendency. Another measure of central tendency is the median. So if you could write that word out, or those words, the median, and you'll notice that the E has arrows pointed to it. And the reason for that is that it's the middle letter. So if you start on the outsides, we have an N and a T. Those are the outside most letters. Then we move in one to the H and the A, and then to the E and the I, and then the D and the M. And then you can see that E is in the middle. So it's called the median. Now the thing about the median, in order to find it, you have to list your data points in order from least to greatest, okay? So that'll be something we'll get into more in a moment. Mode. Now this has a lot of D's in it, right? The word mode is really written M-O-D-E. The extra D's are there as a clue. And mode is the data value that occurs the most frequently. So in this way that mode is written, D would be the mode because it happens 4 times. The M is once, the O is once, the E is once. So that's just kind of a silly little example of what mode means. And then the last one we're going to talk about today is range. Now the word range, R-A-N-G-E, wouldn't be written this way, right? But what range means is how far is it from the beginning to the end, right? That's a distance. The range is distance. And again, the values have to be written in least to greatest order in order to be able to tell how far apart they are. Okay, so as we continue, you will need your math book, you will need a calculator, and that should do it.